you're going into one of your clients' projects, your early engagement, they're doing everything right, and they get an MMP, their ground workers go and diligently strip the site, and they've got a stockpile of soil, got an MMP in that material. They need to find another site that has an MMP to be able to take that in order to maximise that opportunity. This is where we often see things falling down. And can you give maybe some experience of where this has caused issues previously, and what potentially the value of a more of a global exchange mechanism can have on the outcome of these situations?
In terms of people having a stockpile material that they want to get used, but they can't for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is, isn't it? It's you think in theory that, well, it's great because, you know, there's one site here and one site there, and surely that's a brownfield, that's a greenfield. One's going to have topsoil, it's going to need to go to the other. What a slam dunk! It's really, really straightforward. But we've spoken before about kind of regions not talking to each other and not having an understanding kind of what sites are where. The other main thing is that two sites might not overlap with their development programs, and that's one of the key things. It's like, yeah, that soil's ready now. Well, I'm not ready to receive that soil now, so I'm sorry, but I can't take it. You know, there's no space on my site to have it, and you can't. You know, it just won't overlap. Other things are taking responsibility for kind of the quality of the soil. So I think that's kind of when you've got different clients within a region. I suppose there's less of a, well, we're all the same company, so if the soil's rubbish, then, you know, it's our problem and our solution. But, you know, to other clients, they're like, well, how do I know the soil's gonna be good enough? I'd rather just leave it to my ground worker. They'll default back into their comfort zone of, well, it'll be their issue to deal with, and then if it's rubbish, I'll sue them, or I won't pay them, or, you know, I'll make it their issue to deal with. They're the issues we had on site. And national register, you know, Claire tried it, or I don't know whether or not their register's still up, but it's just, you know, for whatever reason, it's not their uptake, and Claire don't have the resources and manpower to aggressively advertise and go out and do the things that you guys can do in terms of kind of hosting that kind of platform. So yeah, with all the will in the world, it kind of is really difficult. And so often we were seeing that despite having shown it as a resource, you know, as I say, the development's going off, and then it gets to where that stockpile is, and they can't find anywhere, and then it has to go. So that's the beauty of a platform like Soilink, is that you do that work. You know, you've got that system in place to sort of say, you know, who or what might need certain soil, and you try and put them in contact and get that over the line. And I know you've been successful in a number of situations recently, but you know, the more kind of sites that get added to that system means that the more opportunity to reuse soil. If you have only one viable site within 30 miles, as opposed to 30 viable sites within 30 miles, the likelihood of you getting that material off, you know, without having to pay landfill costs, you know, exponentially increases. And that's the hope, isn't it? That's the ultimate aim, I'm assuming, for you guys, is to have that wonderful portfolio of jobs nationwide.